In 1980, in 2023, we'll have flying cars. 2023, do not eat this wrapper. Maybe the best meme I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've seen so many good ones, it's hard to rate them. But I wanted to lead it off with this one. I already did the greeting and started this video. You'll see that in a moment. I started this video yesterday. But I thought this was, this meme deserved the opening statement. Do not eat this wrapper. One more thing here. One of my viewers sent me this morning. So these guys are eating at looks like a diner type of restaurant. They're just eating, and all of a sudden, what? Boom! A deer jumps into the thing. The deer is somehow related to Ann Heche. It's in Tennessee, and they're just all, and it's just run around the restaurant. They start going through the whole thing. Then it goes in the kitchen. It's going to take a tour of the place, and it's got antlers, so there it goes there by the waiter station, chasing these people around the bar. It's got some iced tea. Just trying to get out, and it goes out the door. That was great. That was wonderful. That was classic as well. All right, let's get into the stuff I started with yesterday. Okay, so this is during the Michigan college football game. This is one of the announcer's kids, Mark Ingram. He does a little dance there, then he does the drop dead, holding his heart, and he falls down dead. I don't watch college football. I'm not a fan. So occasionally I watch something. But this seemed like it was going to be a blowout, so I was fast-forwarding. I was skipping through most of it. And I saw this, I just happened to see this while I was fast-forwarding. I'm like, did that kid just have a heart attack, right? And I thought he had an actual heart attack. I didn't know the context of it. But he's one of the, they have these teams of commentators. Mark Ingram used to play for Alabama. And his son, they brought him on the set of the show. And so there's Mark Ingram, and his son steals the ball. Seems like he let him steal it. And he runs back for a touchdown. So he looks like, 6, 7, 8 years old. And then he spikes it, and he does some kind of dance here. And then, this is the part where he's going to drop dead. How much they're normalizing this, right? Here he goes here. He's going to fall back sometime in the future. Here he goes. He's going to fall back. So this is they called it a drop dead dance or something like this. I forgot what they said. But it's then he does some crowd surfing after he's died. And they're just so normalizing the whole thing. Here's the audio of the dance. All right. Dead man. So they call it the dead man. So that was choreographed, right? There was some kind of thing that they put together. And he was doing what they called the dead man. That was the dead man. And that's normal for a healthy kid or healthy athlete to just drop dead now of a cardiac arrest. They've even got a celebratory dance for it. So like I said, I started this video yesterday. Here is the introduction, and I'm doing it late into this is, I guess, a pre-video stuff here. But let's get into it. Okay, greetings, brothers and sisters and other Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies. I have a toolbar that I usually go to second that I haven't been able to get to. So I'm going to go through all these open tabs that I have, some of them far from probably over a week ago. And then I'll see how much time I have left for all the other things people are sending me. Taylor Swift played her cards better than we could have imagined. There's a universe in which Taylor's versions amounted to a largely abstract victory while making a mess out of Swift's catalog. Instead, they've put her on track to become the most popular artist in the history of streaming music. Tori Spelling, Tori Spelling honors the badass she's become amid new romance with Dean McDermott. Tori Spelling is taking some time to reflect after splitting from Dean McDermott and moving on with lookalike Ryan Kramer. Does he look like her, or does he look like the old guy? And she says here, I believe in always looking forward and keeping your eye on the prize. But this morning I took a pause from self-reflection. That means thinking about herself. She took a pause from thinking about herself. It's important to look back once in a while and remind yourself how far you've come and what a badass you truly are. Strength, live in the moment, and look like a dude. Kim Kardashian reveals her secret tattoo with connection to Pete Davidson. So she got a secret tattoo here on her lips, inside of her lips. This dude here. I don't know why she would get an infinity tattoo, because she's as temporary as they come. An infinity of sucking. But also, like a boss, Kim Kardashian fronts GQ Man of the Year issue. See her cover. So Kim Kardashian, they finally admitted she's a dude here. Men of the Year issue, and there she is. Like I've said before, the truth is coming out. Carol Alt joins OnlyFans at age 62, which include new photos, but tastefully done. They're making big bucks on that fans-only stuff. YouTuber Gigi Gorgeous, I squeezed silicone from my illegal butt injections onto a New York City restaurant bathroom floor. There she is there. It was embarrassing and shameful, she said. There's a price to pay for having a fake butt. Brilliant Brazilian influencer Luana Andre, 29, dead after getting liposuction. Now, I want to say that I covered this person before, but there's so many of these Instagram skanks that are dying. I don't know if it's, so I might have covered this before, or it could be a new person. I mean, there's just so many dropping like flies. It's so normal now. Ex-NFL cornerback DJ Hayden, among 6 killed in a Houston car crash. Grimes says Elon Musk evaded being served with child custody papers at least 12 times. Taylor Swift leaps into Travis Kelce's arms after sold-out concert and plants a romantic kiss. Here she goes running into the back, and boom, there they are. She ran into his arms, and what do you know? There's a camera there. A camera captured the whole thing. And there she goes running. Look, she's running. She jumps in. Boom. There she goes. Isn't that romantic? And it's so great that there was a camera to catch that. Travis Kelce was shocked by Karma lyric change despite Taylor Swift giving him a clue.
Officially be the guy on the Chiefs.
You mean Karma?
Karma, that's right.
Yeah, no, I had no clue that, I might have had a little bit of a clue, but definitely when I heard it come out of her mouth, still shocked me. And
he was shocked. He was shocked that she changed one of the song lyrics to the guy on the Chiefs. He was shocked and touched and moved that he made it into a Taylor Swift song. The first of many, because, it's the after the breakups. But here he is. There she is singing. And there he is. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. I can't believe she put me in the song. I'm that guy on the Chiefs. Look, I'm that guy on the Chiefs. So apparently somebody made a video on TikTok. I saw something on Facebook where people were Facebook was saying that there is, the flat earthers and I don't know what else, some other so-called conspiracy theories, but now there's a conspiracy theory that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship isn't real because some famous TikToker made a video and she's being harassed online because she dared to call this love story fake. Lauren Sanchez makes Bezos look absolutely ridiculous and way more interesting. So I looked through this, and it's been like a week or so. Okay, so I scanned through this article maybe a week ago. By searching, I found this here. Once Sanchez explained she and Kim Kardashian got into a bidding war over a Balenciaga couture dress. Did I cover this before? I don't know. Kardashian and a pal suggested they buy it together and pass it back and forth like some billionaire version of Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And it ended up being, instead, what luck, the designer offered to make two that each ponied up $200,000 and will travel to Paris together for a fitting. So she and Kim Kardashian spent $200,000 a piece for some crappy dress, probably made in some like sweatshop for, $100 or $200. Let's say it's $1,000, right? This is something my mom would call sinful, right? That kind of opulence. The Marvel suffered MCU's worst box office opening with a $47 million American haul. I think was that and so it cost, I think, $300,000 to make. I'm not sure, but everybody hates this character. But she was the downfall of the Marvel universe when they started bringing all this woke crap. And then here, why the Marvels bombed at the box office and what it means for the future of the once mighty MCU. And there's some good points. I scanned through this thing as well and why they think it bombed. But the reason that it bombed is because the majority of comic book buyers and purchasers are men and, boys, not men, are boys, right? Kids, young men are the ones who buy and watch comic book movies and play comic video games. Now, maybe, you have some women who are doing this, but it's probably like a 70-30 split. And, boys don't mind using girl avatars in video games and having girl superheroes, but when the girls start preaching about their when they start making movies with this feminist stuff in it and all the other stuff that, these guys go to, men go to refuge in these action movies, right? They're looking for some refuge from all this crap, being nagged on and all these things. And that's why these things, it's cratering, because it's a complete opposite. It's doing what your audience definitely doesn't want you to do. Doing the one thing your audience is pretty clear about not wanting you to do. Arrest made after ex-NFL player Adam Johnson killed by a skate blade in in-ice collision. I've always been surprised that didn't happen more, because there's two edges on each skate, on either side of the blade that are very sharp. And, there's checking and hitting and the skates go flying up, and I'm surprised there aren't more deaths. Former NSL wide receiver Devin Wiley dead at 35. Cause of death was not given. This is from a few days ago. Let me check to see if there's been an update. They don't say what his cause of death is or how he died. But Devin Wiley's death sparks COVID-19 conspiracy theories. So that, that happened. Extreme weight loss star Brandy Mallory died in the parking lot after a Chipotle run. So she went into Chipotle, got in her car, and died. I mean, that's what happened. Bob Saget's widow, Kelly Rizzo, revealed the advice she'd give friends cast after Matthew Perry's death. I think the advice she's going to give is go on as many talk shows as you can and cry and post things on your Instagram and try to get as much fame out of it as possible, because that's what she did.
It's so interesting because there are such parallels between the two. I mean, they share the same soundstage, for Christ's sakes. Like Full House and Friends. And I actually just heard that Matthew Perry, that he and Bob had like the same dressing room on the same soundstage. So that's possible.
Before their death, I saw multiple videos with them together, and she was often rolling her eyes, in public, or giving him a hard time, or making fun of him, or talking about how bad he sucked. I mean, she was not into him. She didn't adore him, right? Like, he got on her nerves. Same way that Jada Smith rolled her eyes. Like, you can see that. Like, some couples really love each other. The way Hilaria always rags on Alec Baldwin. There's wives out there that are constantly putting their husbands down. And Kelly Rizzo was, from what I saw of her, was like that. She wasn't all, well, Bob Saget's so hilarious and he's so great, like, she wasn't a fan. But then he died, and all of a sudden she's, he's like some saint, and she went on this crying tour on all these different TV networks and talked about his death. And, but didn't get into the weirdness of how he had multiple skull fractures from falling down. And after he fell down, he got into his pajamas and laid down in bed and went to sleep. Like, it wasn't like he died where he fell. Like, he fell, hit the back of his head, but there were skull fractures around the orbital bones in his eyes. The skull fracture went from the front of his head all the way, back of his head all the way to the front of his head. And yet he was able to get, in his PJs and go to sleep, and nobody ever really told us what happened. And there was multiple people who dealt with head injuries, doctors, and people said there's no way this story is accurate.
I'm sure somebody back in the day at Warner Brothers or whatever can confirm that. But
they had so much in common.
I'm sure that they're really going through it right now because the Full House cast did the same. Like, they were really a family, and the Friends cast, from what I know, was like really, really, truly a family as well.
Except there was less pedo stuff on Friends.
And, me being kind of on the, part of it but not part of it because I was a family member, it was really special to witness everybody really coming together. And
it was so special.
The fact that, it's Full House cast or Friends cast, like, that all goes away, and it's just your family members are in the room together. And I can only imagine that they're all comforting each other and there for each other. And I know that
it's just there's so much coincidence there, and she just she'll take any chance to get on TV. Every time a celebrity dies, she's gonna come out as celebrity death expert. Casey Cassie accuses Diddy of boop and abuse in new lawsuit. Sean Diddy Combs, that was from 2 days ago. Today this came out. Sean Diddy Combs, Cassie reached settlement one day after she filed explosive lawsuit alleging boop and boop. And so there she is. There's Cassie. There's P. Diddy. And they've reached a settlement, so he paid her off, so he's guilty. Dana Carvey's elder son, Dex, dead at 32 from drug overdose. Nobody saw that coming. And then this one, South Carolina teacher arrested for having boop with student in pizza parking lot. Ruined our son's life. Apparently the parents are saying that. There she is. There she is with her family. Her family is now ashamed of her and won't be seen with her in pictures. There she is again with her family. Taylor Swift's devastated as fan 23 dies ahead of her Brazil concert. Overwhelmed by grief she is. So somebody died out there. After a 20-year-old fan died ahead of Era's concert. I can't believe I'm writing these words, but it's with a shattered heart. Her heart shattered. That one of her fans, who's a Brazilian, that I say we lost a fan earlier tonight before the show. What exactly happened? The fan was Ana Clara Benavides, and she suffered a cardiac arrest after fainting as a result of the sweltering heat. So let's see if they have any pictures of her, so we can see if she was, had some, if she was obese or something. This is her here. So she looked like she was in relatively good physical shape. And she had a heart attack for no reason at the Taylor Swift concert. And now she's gone, and Taylor's heart is broken. All right, so I'm going to wrap this one up here. I have other stuff people have been sending me on my, just all over the place with this thing. But This is already 23 minutes long. I want to keep these videos a little bit shorter. But that's it for now. Taylor Swift's heart is really broken, though. It's broken. She was working, and then she found out a fan she didn't know died, and now it's broken. And I don't know what she's going to do. I mean, what about poor Travis Kelce? I mean, he's just so excited that he's now in song lyrics and things, and now he's dating a wounded woman with a broken heart. Only spirituality will save this MNFing world. This Paul Romano definitely reporting from the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.